How do we keep our sons' hearts, our daughters' hearts, young men and young women's hearts from folly in the midst of a day and age like this one?
Mr. President, this is my 221st day of publicly transitioning.
God love you.
Thank you. I am extremely privileged to live in a state that allows me access to the resources I need, and that decision is just between me and my doctors.
How do we do that? When we're making disciples in the midst of an age that is characterized by absolute folly.
Everybody has pronouns. Like, you may use he and him as your pronouns, right? I use they and them as my pronouns. We all may have a certain gender pronoun too, but I think it's important for people to understand that for trans and non-binary people, we often change our pronouns to reflect who we are when we come out and be who we are.
Don't buy the lie.
I used to wonder what in the world the reprobate mind could be, but we're living in the middle of it. It is insane, it is irrational, it is ridiculous.
A lot of people are really confused about gender identity in these times, and it's good for us to have these conversations so people open their minds and relearn and unlearn to what we've been taught.
You have a president who is a Roman Catholic and who is advocating the insanity at the third level of divine judgment as if this is normal.
We continue to speak out about the basic fundamental rights of all human beings. It's outrageous, and I think it's immoral. The trans part's not immoral.
We go from sodomy to homosexual to gay. We go from pedophile to minor attracted person.
Do you think states should have a right to ban gender-affirming health care?
I don't think any state or anybody should have the right to do that. As a moral question and as a legal question. I just think it's wrong.
Man, talk about calling good evil and evil good.
What is happening in our country and largely in our world is a divine judgment. I just want you to mark that in your mind. It is a divine judgment. Joe Biden is not in charge of this, God is.
So I feel very, very strongly that you should have every single solitary right, including use of your gender identity bathrooms in public.
Thank you.
God has let them have a reprobate mind. So when you see all of this transgender activity, and when you see them want to make laws to protect transgender identity, and you know it is absolute and total and utter insanity, you know we've reached the reprobate mind. People can't think reasonably, which means there's no way back to sanity. There's no way back.